what I call an ambiguous relationship. And there are a number of different kinds of ambiguous relationships. You know, it's complicated, that's an ambiguous relationship. An affair is an ambiguous relationship. Friends with benefits is an ambiguous relationship. It's when the two people involved do not define themselves and what they're doing as being an actual couple. There is a repeated sexual interaction as well as a little bit of social engagement, but it's very discerning when and how that happens. These kinds of relationships can be really helpful. There are times and places for them, you know. It's what I want right now because maybe I'm leaving town. It's what I want right now maybe because I'm just not in the emotional headspace for a deep, loving relationship. It's what I want right now because I've just got an itch that I want to scratch, and I don't want to do that with lots of different people. So there are lots of times when those ambiguous relationships can be helpful, but unfortunately, most of the time what happens is one person in that ambiguous relationship will want more. And they are driven by a motivation that we're now going to talk about that may be actually getting them into trouble. So when we select an ambiguous relationship, there are only two things that generally will motivate us. Whether this is whether we're in an ambiguous relationship or if we're looking for a healthy long-term connection. There are two sort of fueling forces with this. So make sure you check in with yourself, and I'd love you to share with me in the comments which one of these predominantly do you have when you are out there trying to find a loving connection. So the first is fear. Fear. I don't like, if I don't like what's happening, they won't want me anymore. If I don't agree to the ambiguous relationship, they won't actually want to be in relationship with me anymore. Maybe I'm not worthy of more than this. Maybe they'll change their mind. Maybe they're just saying that. This is a fear-based response in a relationship. And from fear, we're saying, I will accept less than I want because I hope it's going to change. Maybe they'll see that I'm lovable enough. Maybe they'll see that I'm worthy enough. Maybe they won't ghost me this time. Maybe they'll hang around. Maybe they'll change their mind. So that is fear actually pushing through in a relationship. Love, however, is different, right? This is being perfect for me in this moment. I'm in this moment and I'm okay with whatever comes. I don't care whether we get a long-term relationship, a short-term relationship. I'm here on good terms with myself. You know, if that's friends with benefits, right, and it works for me, then I'm happy. I move from a space from love of myself. I go, you know what? I don't want anything more than this. This is enough. This is okay with me. This works for me. What we know in a friends with benefits situation is that, and the research really bears this out, is that one party always will become dissatisfied. Always. One person is going to be dissatisfied. When we come in, we need to know, what do we want? Do I want exclusivity? Do I actually want an exclusive relationship with this person? When they say, what are you looking for? Do I sort of go, tell them I want an exclusive, monogamous relationship. That's what I want. And if you are truly coming from a loving space, you will be able to say that to somebody and not be bothered about their response. and not for 1 second be bothered. If they said to you, I'm looking for something casual, you say, okay, good luck, see you. Because you're coming from a loving space. You're like, I don't want somebody who wants just a casual fling. And I'm not going to accept that because I'm afraid I won't find what I'm really looking for. I'm sticking by what I want. I want an exclusive monogamous relationship. Or poly or whatever you need. But I'm saying, know what it is you want. That is coming from a loving space. That's the motivation behind it.